Absolutely. Well, thousands of concert goers may be going home soon after being stuck for days at the flooded Burning Man festival. Weather starting to improve and roads are reopening after heavy storms hit the Nevada desert. Organizers closed the roads and told people to shelter in place and conserve their supplies. One concert goer told Morning in America about what it took to get out and get home.
My cell phone wasn't working. Very few cell phones were working. There's very little Wi-Fi service. And so against all the advice of most of the long-term burners that I had spoken to, which had said, do not attempt to walk out of here, just shelter in place, I just decided that I was going to take a chance, pack a small bag, leave the RV, and hike out, which is exactly what I did. And I was able to get to the road, Highway 34, in about an hour and a half. I had given myself 6 hours to get out there, and an hour and a half I was at the road. I flagged down a car to take me to a town called Gerlach, and then I flagged down another car, paid him $700 to take me to Reno Airport. And I got a red eye to New York City that night, and I'm very happy I did.
What a journey. Well, joining us now, trial attorney Mercedes Colwin. Always great to see you. So, Mercedes, are there liabilities in the organizers that the organizers may face in light of these events that were just outlined?
Great to be on with you, Kelly, as always. Yes, there is. A lot of these organizers are going to try to hide behind the release. Many of these individuals that go to these types of events sign off releases where there are warnings about the conditions, and you have to be a hardy person. Imagine being in the desert in the summer. I can't imagine how hardy you have to be to actually just to deal with the elements. Then you have the acts of God, which are also all these sorts of disclaimers in these types of releases. So there might be weather that comes in that poses a threat to those that are participating. But at the end of the day, if these organizers did not check every single conceivable disclaimer that they could put in and didn't warn some of these individuals who ended up going that there might be these conditions that may put their lives at risk, there's been report at least that one individual has died, that's going to be a big liability for those organizers. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of these individuals are still stuck there. Unfortunately, the conditions are awful as it's been described. So we'll have to see what ends up happening when people are safely back home, whether or not they'll make a call to a lawyer to seek some redress for what they've endured.
So one person dying, as you mentioned, is that unusual at a festival like this?
It's not. It's certainly not something that should be anticipated by organizers, but thinking about where this is located, I know this has been in play for many, many years. Burners that they're so-called have gone year after year to this particular activity. But certainly it's not anticipated, but it could be if there's any sort of gross negligence where individuals could die, especially in conditions like this, where there could be that liability where wrongful claim can come about.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.